Hey everyone, I'm going to walk you through week 6 of the Daily 20. This week's workout starts in the same position that we started in week 1, in a frog position that is comfortable for you. And if you remember correctly, on week 1, we did eccentric frog, which started in this forward position here, ended in that forward position after we had shot these hips back, got a really big deep stretch in the hips there, and came forward here. We're doing something very similar today, but we're going to add in a different element here. This movement is called tactical frog. 3 total reps. 1 rep looks like this. I'm going to walk you through 1 full entire rep here, pushing the hips back, bringing it forward, and then driving one of the knees down into the floor and picking your foot up. So you're driving your hip into internal rotation, holding that for a second, bringing it down, pushing hips back again, coming forward, doing the same thing on the other side. Hopefully you don't have a chair or something in the way like I do. Bring it back, and that is 1 full rep. Again, doing 3 of those, trying to hold that stretch position in each position for about 2 to 3 seconds, and then rest for 45 seconds and do that 2 total times. Then we're going to move into a superset consisting of scapular push-ups into push-up position into A-frames. And what those look like is getting into this full plank position, the top standard push-up position, but you're not going to bend your arms at all. What you're going to allow your shoulder blades to do is pinch together up behind the base of your neck and then spread them apart. Allow them to pinch together so your chest falls down and through, and then you push through the floor by spreading those shoulder blades apart into protraction here. Coming back down again, arms stay completely straight, push forward through there, 10 of those, and then immediately going into 5 push-up position into A-frame, which basically just means you're going from here, dipping your chest and head down, trying to drive your heels down towards the floor to get into this A-frame position for about 3 seconds, a nice big stretch in the calves and hamstrings. Come back to the top of this push-up position, this full plank position, drive the hips back and up, drop the chest and head down, heels towards the floor, stretch those calves and hamstrings, my rug is sliding, come back to the starting position, again holding the stretch with your hips back and your heels down for about 3 seconds, doing 10 of the scapular push-ups right into 5 of the push-up position into A-frame, and then rest for 45 seconds and do all of that 1 more time. Then we're going to get into a superset that consists of 10 single leg glute bridges per side. If you can't do them single leg like this, you can bring that back leg down for support, really just for balance, and then you're doing B stance, but regardless, we're doing 10 on each side without resting in between. And then immediately after, you're going to come down into what is called frog pumps. So your groin, your adductors, your hips should be nice and open from the tactical frog earlier. And from here, what we are doing is a modified and shortened, I'll turn this way, shortened range of motion glute bridge or hip thrusts, where we're really just contracting hard at the top here. And we're going to do 25 to 50 of these, because it's fairly easy. You're just getting a really big squeeze and contraction here. So basically go to the point where your glutes are on fire after 10 single leg glute bridges per side. It probably shouldn't take that long, but really squeeze hard at the top here. Again, 25 to 50 reps like this. You don't have to have your feet pointed completely towards each other like I do, but don't have them completely straight either, because this makes it a little bit more challenging in that shortened contracted position, because your glutes are also working to abduct the hips. So 25 to 50 frog pumps after 10 reps of single leg glute bridges per side, rest for 45 seconds, and then do that 2 total times. Next, we're going to perform 10 inchworm to push-ups. The easiest variation of this is going to be doing a very low piked position push-up, which is basically bringing your hands back 1 to 2 walks, 1 to 2 steps backwards, and then from here with your hips high in the air doing a push-up like that. It's much more shoulder and tricep bias than a standard push-up, but it's also easier than a standard push-up, and you might think that being further back is actually the more regressed version, but the closer that you get to your body or to your feet, the more that you are actually having to hold yourself in that pike position, and that's fairly challenging. So once you get out to a full inchworm here, 1 to 2 walk backs here, keep those hips high in the air, fall forward, piked push up there, and then bring it all the way back. So 10 of those. If you want to scale it up to the most challenging variation, you can obviously go to a regular push-up, but you can even make that harder by doing something like a spider push-up like this. But regardless, however you choose to perform the push-ups, or whatever is in line with your skill or ability level, the full rep looks like this in one smooth motion. Walk it out, do your push-up, walk it all the way back. That's one rep. We're doing 10 of them, resting for 60 seconds, and repeating that 2 total times. Next, and maybe finally, we're going to perform a 5-minute EMOM, which remember is an every minute on the minute. This is where we're going to incorporate a kettlebell, a set of dumbbells if you have them, or a duffel bag or a backpack that is filled with something that has weight to it. Books, canned goods, water bottles, so on and so forth. But essentially, 5-minute EMOM, meaning every top of the minute, the top of 0, the top of 1, the top of 2, the top of 3, and the top of 4 is when you're going to perform 10 of the following sequence, and then you rest after you perform those 10 reps for as long as you have until the top of that next minute comes. So for example, you start your timer, and you're going to begin with this complex, this flow, no matter if you're holding a single kettlebell, or I can show you what it looks like with dumbbells in your hand as well. But a kettlebell will be the most representative of what a bag would look like, because you're going to grab just like a single strap or handle. But essentially, you're going to do a clean, a squat, and a thrust. And then you bring it back down to start. Clean, squat, thrust, in one fluid motion. Clean, squat, thrust. If you have dumbbells, you'll be using both. You're basically coming down into a clean, squat, thrust. You just have to get a little bit deeper into the squat to grab down the handles here as opposed to up here, but it's the same thing. Clean to the top position, squat down, thrust up, and then you're doing 10 of those, resting for as long as you have until the 1 minute mark on that timer goes. Do 10 more reps, rest again until that 2 minute mark goes, again all the way up through 5 total minutes. And potentially, finally, if you have any time remaining in your 20-minute allotment for your workout today, after doing all of those flows and after doing the EMOM, what I want you to do again, just like we did in week 4, I believe, drop down into a deep squat position, elbows in between the insides of your legs, insides of your knees, drive out a little bit, and hold this position for as long as you can, or for the remainder of the time that you have until your 20 minutes is done.